Hi, my name is Umberto Mucci. This is We the ItaliaNews, a daily podcast about Italy during the coronavirus crisis. Today is May 20, Wednesday, the 17th day of Italy in phase 2 of this crisis. Yesterday was Tuesday, and as every Tuesday, the numbers are higher than the day before. In the weekends, data are always partial, and also fewer swabs are carried out. Yesterday, 6 out of 10 new positive cases were in Lombardy, while in 12 regions there were less than 10 new cases. New coronavirus deaths in Italy also rise once again above 100 yesterday, but none in Campania, Sardinia, Val d'Aosta, Calabria, Molise, Basilicata and in the province of Bolzano. In different parts of the country, many young Italians continue to gather without a mask and without respecting the safety distance required by law. There are now many mayors and presidents of regions who openly threaten to close down again those businesses, first of all the bars, around which these young people meet and stay to talk and drink without protection and less than a meter away from each other, very dangerously. The prediction of many is that by the end of this week, if the number of contagions in some areas increases significantly, local institutions will decide to close down these activities. Several weeks ago, the Italian government announced that a key part of its contagion monitoring strategy would have been an app to be used on as many Italians as possible smartphones. The download should finally be available to citizens in the first week of June, when those who download it will have to fill out a questionnaire with their personal data and details of their state of health, information about any infected relatives, swabs or blood tests carried out. There was no lack of controversy about the use of this technology, because among the partners of the Italian company that developed the app chosen by the government, there is a fund that belongs to a Chinese citizen, who may be, according to the rules of this country, could be obliged to provide collaboration to the military authorities and intelligence agencies in Beijing. At European and non-European level, no country has found in the COVID-19 tracking app the definitive solution to strongly limit the spread of the virus. The only countries that have had a strong advantage in using this application are those that already have in their constitution the possibility of deep monitoring of the user's activity, such as China. The Italian app will use Bluetooth, perfectly in compliance with Italian and European regulations, because the use is limited in time and only the Ministry of Health has access to the data, which, in any case, remain in the user's smartphone. It is the model recommended by Google and Apple and chosen by all European countries except France and Germany and Great Britain, who, however, are having many problems with this model. Once downloaded and activated, the app will do a continuous scan of the surroundings we frequent when we leave home and will signal us with a vibration if we are approaching a user at risk. It will detect the time we spend near another user and the possible violation of the physical distance limit. Some doctors all over Italy found out something that had not yet been seen in the treatment of COVID-19. Patients without symptoms or with little fever, negative even for swabs, who actually have pneumonia like that of the patients positive for COVID-19 swabs. The coronavirus seems to be able to damage the lungs even silently in those who are positive but asymptomatic. It is true that not all interstitial pneumonitis are linked to the coronavirus, but in this period they trigger an alarm. This is yet another demonstration that little is still known about this virus, so we must be extremely careful and cautious. In Italy, more than 2 billion square meters of surface recently opened to the public had and daily are to be sanitized. The country must get used to a new ritual, that of continuous disinfection in the office and on trains, in shops and in restaurants, even in churches. The watchword is always the same: sanitization. A service that before the pandemic was considered occasional, today becomes a daily necessity and a considerable cost. The demand for sanitization has increased by 500%. There are those who invest in robotic machinery and those who train employees, those who convert the business and those who improvise. Unfortunately, Italy is not ready for this too. There are no guidelines and protocols, there is no register of certified companies, and often there are those who do it themselves thinking that sanitizing is easy. But it is not. Italians are famous because they can quickly manage and adapt to new needs, but disinfection requires highly qualified personnel with medical surgical products and specific machinery. It's all for now, it's all for today. Please stay safe, stay healthy. Make no mistake, do not underestimate this virus wherever you are. I'll see you tomorrow. This was We the ItaliaNews, May 20. Ciao from Rome.